Hello, I'm here with Emma Snowsill, and we're at the Lifetime Triathlon, and we're just going to ask her a few questions here in Minneapolis from the website iwilltry.com. And Emma, obviously you've had much success last year and in previous years. What's kind of your strategy this year without the equalizer and with the field being a little bit different? What are you kind of looking forward to?
Yeah, look, it's always, I think, a personal challenge. That's the biggest thing about these type of races. The heat's always a factor here. It might not be so hot this year, from the last few days, but I think the fact that the equalizer's not here, it's always the opportunity. Once the gun goes, it's hell for leather, right until the finish line, and that's what I love about this racing. It is all about yourself. It's all about completely on your own. And I just love the fact that there's 2 hours. I want to go out, I want to push myself, and I want to find out where I'm at personally.
Yeah, as you look forward to the end of this year, I noticed on your race schedule, kind of your lead-up races, especially the race in, I think you're doing the China race that most people are trying to do ahead of 08. Is that kind of your main goal for the next year and a half, the Olympics, or? Yeah,
I mean, the Olympics are definitely a goal of mine. There's something I haven't been to yet, so it's something I'm, obviously aspiring to going to. And this whole 18 months leading to the Olympics, I think they're all preparation. I think every race I learn something, every race I take a little bit of information about myself or my training or my travel, whether it's how minute it is. I use that to my advantage, and we'd start looking at our Olympic selection for Australia in towards the end of this year, and then mostly in the beginning of next year, sort of around March, April. So everything's really heading towards peaking for those races at the right time. But Beijing obviously is a familiarisation of the course, to get to know exactly what it's like, the conditions, and what the country itself presents to us. It's pretty different from all of the places we race in the world, and you've got to take into account pollution and food and all that sort of thing in that sort of country.
Yeah. One question I have is, it seems like a lot of racers, after they get a few years into their careers, they start looking a little bit longer, especially with the explosion of 70.3, and obviously it seems like Craig is hopefully looking towards that too. Do you have any interest in pursuing that after the Olympics or before, or how are you looking?
Absolutely. I would definitely say at the moment, it probably, after the Olympics, if all was going well. I enjoy the longer distance, I enjoy the long training, and I think at the time being, the fact that if I can still go fast for an Olympic distance race, I'd like to try and do that. But yeah, definitely, I'm looking forward to definitely trying some longer 70.3s in Ironman, and my ultimate goal one day is, to probably retire doing, making it to Hawaii. I think that's probably my ultimate goal.
Yeah, it'd be nice to follow up with Michelle Jones, but she's done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's an absolute icon, from when I started in my first ever World Cup races. I was, told to just copy McKeely, follow what McKeely does, and that's always been, an inspiration for me, and particularly to, she'd already had such a huge career before I even started, and then to watch what she's done, in that transition from Olympic distance to, not only just participating and being a part of an Ironman event, but to go and win.
Yep. Sorry about that.
So go and win Hawaii Ironman.
Right. Right. One question I have is, right today is Thursday night, and the race is on Saturday. Will you run or bike tomorrow? I know that the pros will bike the course tomorrow, but especially since you're such a fast runner, could you just tell us a little bit about what you might do ahead of Saturday?
I never consider myself a fast runner. My preparation is usually, in these last few days, it usually is a lot of, rest and touch-up stuff, and sometimes, in all three, the swim, the bike and the run, there's always, maybe some little spikes, but nothing to produce any lactic acid. I'm usually doing things that are at an extremely slow pace. Okay. Otherwise, doing some very short spike, 15 to 30 second sort of spurts. But other than that, my training's always extremely tight or trying to do something flat out. So Usually by the time the race comes around, I'm pretty slowed down and just really wanting to recover and make sure by race day I'm ready to go and feel 100%.
And obviously last year I think you did New York the day after. This year you get at least 1 week break, which is nice. So I'm guessing that you are going to compete in the whole series, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is definitely, this series has been a goal of mine this year. You know, I purposely haven't raced too much earlier on in the year because I know that, you know, a week away is New York, and then we get to LA and Chicago only 2 weeks apart, and I want to obviously to be able to extend myself and still be in, you know, top condition by the time Dallas comes around. So I've really sort of shifted my season just to back, you know, maybe back that month or two than where I usually would have. Once I found out Dallas was on in mid-October, and usually, you know, I could use it as a bit of a lull time, but you know, it's a time now that I know I need to be, you know, ready to go again, and like I said, this series is something, you know, I'm really excited about and I really want to support and want to be a part of.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you for your insight, Emma, and we'll be there on Saturday. And good luck.
Thank you very much.